Speaking of ejaculating in things and not wanting to take care of it, have you heard? Have you heard about Roe versus Wade being overturned?
Everybody for tuning in to A Dose of Reality. My name is Blake Steele.
And wouldn't you be able to call them a bitch too, since technically they're pretending to be one?
Yeah. I got my co-host here.
Fuck the Grammys, fuck the Oscars, and fuck the Academy Awards.
We got a special guest coming in today.
Yeah.
Named Mike Hackett.
We got a special interview today, Mr. Trevor Blake.
Anyway,
We got a special guest here today, Emilio Lopez.
So we got a well-known comedian, Robert Winter.
What's going on, Aiden? Nice to see you on camera.
What's up? Where's the energy, man? What's up?
I got energy, man. I got energy. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. Living good, sipping good, smoking good. This is the way of life.
Well, I got some good news for you.
What's the good news?
This is episode 20.
Episode 20?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Let's get a round of applause for that.
Yeah,
Didn't
man.
know if I'd even be back for episode 20, so very happy to be here for that.
Yeah, bro. This is, it's been, I mean, dude, we're going on like 6 months now. I know YouTube says like 5 months, but I know we're going on like 6 months now.
Damn. Has it been that long? Well, yeah, it's
About
July.
5.5 months.
It's been July. Yeah. We started, what was the first episode? March?
I believe so, yeah. I mean,
Wow.
it says on the, when the
On
first
there.
episode, yeah. But
Yeah.
March, man. It's crazy, man.
It has been crazy. The show's been through like 5 different iterations.
Honestly, bro, in the beginning, especially like not having a huge background in a media field
Mm-hmm.
and having a following and stuff like that, honestly, bro, like nobody really kind of even dives into even a little bit and how rocky it is.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it's not just like you make a video, you post it up. You know what I mean? It's not like, you know, you just produce some content, you post it up. I mean, that's obviously what people do in general, but a lot of those videos aren't getting a lot of attention. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just crazy, everything we've gone through. I mean, with audio issues, with having to get replacing somebody, you know, for the camera and doing all the technical stuff and
Right.
social media and advertising and changing people up with that, and it's just crazy, bro. It's crazy. I think the craziest part is how undedicated people can be.
Absolutely.
But then on the flip side, it shows how dedicated people can be.
Absolutely. No, it definitely shows you that, like, when you go into, like, business, it really shows you that line between, like, friendship and
Right.
business.
Right.
And, like, how you really have to toe that line 1,000% and not necessarily be offended when a friend is you can't do business with a certain friend on a certain front, you know, and just still be able to, you know, maintain that friendship without, you know, without sacrificing your business or whatever. So yeah, I learned a lot. Definitely was like weird being on the other side for like about a month, just being like the video editor and like making sure it dropped on time and things like that, and like being on that side of it was really, really cool, because it's like, wow, like I'm not a part of any of these conversations really, but like I'm sitting here like putting it together, so I still feel a part of everything that we're doing.
Right.
But then again, when I came back, obviously last week, and shit, it was just a blast, you know, being back in the seat. So, shout out everybody who's, you know, watched and liked, subscribed so far. We got so much more coming. Thanks to all the guests that came out. Trevor, Mike, Sharon, Esteban. We've had, that's it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Besides Robert, we had Robert. We had Emilio.
Emilio. I didn't mean. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Shout out to everybody,
Shout
man.
out to everybody.
And all of those experiences were, I had a great time, dude.
Absolutely.
Seriously, I mean, lots of laughs, had some serious discussions, but I mean, ultimately, like everybody felt that room just feeling, I feel like fulfilled.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It was beautiful, man.
Yeah, no, I think we got some really memorable lines, memorable stuff that happened.
Got first time Trevor came on here, we still have his bottle of Boom Boo.
We still have his bottle of Boom
Lil
Boo
Wayne's
sitting over
liquor.
there. Yeah, that was a
Sitting
They
up
got
there
me
with the cork in
I
it.
was drunk that episode. I was
Yeah,
really
no, but that
drunk.
was a crazy
It was a
episode,
great
dude.
episode.
That was
though.
the first episode I got emotional in.
Oh yes,
That was the first
and then
episode.
you guys started stripping damn near in here.
Nobody
it
was
was-
really stripping. I was just showing my tattoo.
Yeah, I got a little nervous. People started pulling up their shirts and shit, fiddling with their pants. It was getting a little creepy at a dose of reality for a second, but it was
I
a
don't
great
know. You're being a
episode.
little extra with that shit. It wasn't that creepy. I don't know, man. That's it is our highest viewed
No, it
videos.
was
So
great.
when it comes down to
It was a great episode. A great.
they
great
enjoyed
day.
it. They enjoyed the
Absolutely.
exposure.
Yo, I'm sure they did.
So.
I'm sure they did.
But yeah, man, that's it's just crazy to reminisce on because I mean we're still doing it, still coming up,
Yeah.
still putting videos out every week, still putting shorts out, getting more
Yeah.
attention on the shorts, tweaking our advertising,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, seeing what works. TikTok is getting more followers now too. I mean, it's all gonna shift at some point.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I know you. I'm kind of speaking for you when I say this, but I mean we enjoy making content. We
Absolutely.
enjoy reflecting about things that are going on. We enjoy being able to have a voice and an opinion in real world issues, or not even issues, but I mean some of the comical things that happen on a daily basis that are either looked over or accepted, and you're like, wow, how is this even a thing? You know what I mean? And for us to be able to sit here and speak on that, and yeah, it's only been 20 episodes, but I mean, I can't wait to, be sitting here like 100 episodes in and
Absolutely.
still be talking about the same thing and see how, I reflect more 100 episodes in than, 20 episodes in. And
Right.
it just, it's just crazy. Well,
Yeah.
what are you fucking laughing at, man? What are you fucking laughing at, dude? What's fucking funny?
Well, what's funny is I was just thinking about that. I was like, this man had like it honestly comes back to your beard, to be honest. It's
Dude,
like
we have had a lot of progress in a short amount of time. So it's been so rocky, dude. It's been a roller coaster. So it's almost like these last 5.5 months have felt like almost a year, dude, because of
Right.
how much different shit that we've had to dive in.
Yeah.
There's no sticking your toes in the water, dude. I mean,
No.
if you want to be successful, obviously you have to fucking, chalk on the chalkboard type shit.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
I look back on like 20 episodes and I've had like 5 different hairstyles.
Yeah, you have. And this
That
one
is
was probably
insane.
the worst.
Oh wow.
I'm just fucking
that's
with you. Relax.
Shots.
Nah, I'm
no,
just
yeah,
kidding.
no,
Relax,
funny as hell. No, yeah, dead ass though.
No, it was no. The worst one was when
when he fucked up my head. Oh, that was
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, that was terrible.
when your
That's when I
lining
had-
went like all the way back.
Yeah, bro, and that's when I had like
You looked
shorter
like
hair too.
you almost looked like you were balding there. He
Yeah,
should have cut it
dude,
so
he
short. It
fucked
didn't
me.
look like you even had hair there.
Bro, it
Added
was
like
bad.
10 years to you.
It was bad, dude. It was all bad.
That was
Like,
for a short period of time, though. It
very
grew
short
back.
period of
Grew
time,
back.
but like, damn, it was bad. But no, for sure, yeah, 5 hairstyles. I had the flat top, had the fro, had the everything. So we're gonna see if we do 5 more during the next 80 episodes. But anyway, there is something that I thought was pretty funny. And I want to read this. But this goes to show you that like just because you see something on social media doesn't obviously mean that it's true, that it's a true statement.
Oh, dude, anything you read on social media, if you want to sit there and actually take that as fact, then I am not going to listen to anything that person says, because of the fact that, I mean, you have to fact check everything.
Yeah, but even still, you can't sometimes even believe stuff from like the New York Post and shit like that, which is supposed to be, reputable news outlets
Right.
that just post like lies. So there was this statement going around that NASA said you can't orgasm in space as a man because you'll get like the female astronauts pregnant. You could get them pregnant because of like the gravity or whatever. So like they put this up that like this is a NASA headline, a NASA guideline, and everything, which is kind of ridiculous. When I first saw it, I thought it was funny. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't believe anybody would like believe this, but it was like, nah, this is like for real, for real. So I go to research it, go to fact check it, and this is actually was just a joke on the Conan O'Brien show. So Conan O'Brien has a podcast, I believe. He had on an astronaut who used to work for NASA. And so he was asking him basically, what types of things did he try to sneak into space? He was like, did you ever try to sneak in any porn? And dude was like, no, I can't. And one of the other guys on the podcast, one of the other hosts makes a jokes and is like, yo, you know that if like you ejaculate in space, like you're gonna impregnate like 3 astronauts for sure.
Oh, that's funny as shit.
And so this is a total joke.
That's funny as fuck, dude.
and so New York Post goes and says, yeah, NASA, this is a NASA thing. And like a couple of other news sites posted this too. And I'm sitting there and like once I start doing the research and see that it's fake, I'm like, God damn, these people just say fucking anything.
That's so crazy.
You can't even believe the media anymore.
Well, I don't think that you really ever could completely believe the media in the sense of when you watch the news, things are usually far-sighted to begin with. You know what I mean? In the sense of it's usually far side left, far side right, political based, and there's not a lot of like neutral media out there and a lot of neutral. And what I mean by neutral is like there's no racial tension. There's no it's not a hate crime in any way. Neutral like crimes essentially are not even broadcasted. You know what I mean? If you haven't noticed, like they're not really even talked about.
Right.
Like a couple weeks back when I went to a carnival, my cousin was telling me, "Hey man, like if you were here yesterday, that's awesome that you didn't come yesterday because a ride broke down and 2 people got flung off the ride inside of the teacup. It was one of those teacup rides, and the mom died, but the kid didn't. And it was 2 white people, but that never even hit the news. And then it hit Facebook eventually, and somebody sent me a link and showed me like, hey, it's on Facebook. You know what I mean? But like we were there, and it's just crazy because I feel like if it doesn't have a big bang and there's not like there's not going to be a lot of media coverage. So in that case, media is influenced through how people perceive and like just for viewers essentially. Like so now the media like news broadcasting is just broadcasting just for viewers at this point. So it's like how can we even believe anything that they're saying because at this point they're just broadcasting to get our attention.
Yeah. It's honestly insane when you think about it because had I not like just did a little extra research, on this.
Right, you would have thought that was a whole thing.
Yeah, I'd have been up here like,
but bro,
what the hell?
That's the logic of the matter though. You should have known that was a joke because even like when you brought it up before, I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. Because It's like, there's no way. And just because gravity doesn't take effect into it, there's no way that sperm is going to like ejaculate. Like, okay. You know what I mean? Like they ejaculate somewhere, all right? You know what I mean? It's floating. If they don't catch it, it's not going to find its way into a uterus. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to, you know what I mean? It's not going to find it. Yeah, it's not going to find its way into a vagina and fucking impregnate a girl. You know what I mean?
Like
unless they pulled what Shorty did with Drake and like literally like opened her vagina up and like just flew towards it.
Right. It's like meanwhile, in the other layer of the rocket ship, there's just a girl with her legs like wide open, like I'm waiting,
dude,
just waiting for that little
just to find it. Just find it.
Yep.
Smelling out the pheromones. Yeah, never gonna happen, bro. Especially if like they're like in a suit or like they have some sort of like protective like suit on. You know what I mean? Like, cause they don't. I don't think they just have like their bra and panties if they're up there. I'm pretty sure they're in some sort of bodysuit at least.
Well, I don't think they go in the bodysuit unless they like get off that bitch.
So they don't. No. If they're in like the space station, like in space, you know what I mean? And they're not in the rocket ship, then they definitely get out of the like astronaut suit.
Right.
And they have like some sort of like it looks like a swimsuit kind of. You know what I mean? Like for like if people are scuba diving or something, that's what it kind of looks like.
Yeah. You know what? Like you lived a really good life, man, because to even know that is just amazing.
What do you mean, bro?
You've had to have been some places listening to some crazy shit, cuz I swear to God, I just found out like a couple years ago they didn't always wear this spacesuit.
I did go to the planetarium a couple times.
Why was it planetarium?
But
I never paid attention though.
I don't know, man. Astrology is different to me. I like that kind of stuff. I think it's really interesting, and I think the more interesting fact is that we know nothing about space. Like we know, okay, the planets that are nearest to us, but I mean when it comes to like extraterrestrial stuff, when it comes to resources, when it comes to anything that could be beneficial to our kind, like we don't know too much about, and that's what makes it so interesting because it's mysterious. You know what I mean? But then on a flip side, we don't even know what's in the pits of our oceans, or like deepest parts of our lakes. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know, man. It's just crazy because then it makes me think that the knowledge that we already pre-existing do know, just like everything else has been passed along through time, is like extended. You know what I mean? Like kind of like playing telephone, and now it's just like now we really don't know, and I think that's what makes it the most interesting to me. But I mean, you should have known that they wear something underneath those spacesuits. They're not naked underneath those spacesuits and live in the spacesuits. They gotta shit, they gotta piss.
Well, swear, like, to be honest, a lot of like my astronaut and space stuff came from Sandy the squirrel from SpongeBob. So early on, so I mean, like, yeah, I promise you. When we went to the planetarium, I was just ready to go home because it was boring, and like science was never something that I was like very good at. I did the bare minimum to pass the class.
I'm sorry your childhood was so deprived.
Oh, man. It was a great childhood.
That's crazy.
A great childhood, just didn't give a fuck about the space.
Just have different interests.
Oh,
that's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
Just kind of like how I like fish and I like all that kind of stuff, aquatic life, marine life, and you're just like it's cool, but not like dope. I like it. But you know what I mean? Or like the reptiles, the crested geckos. Yeah. I mean, I'm into that kind of stuff.
Dude, I was so brain dead for like 4 years of my life. I'm just getting back into all the shit that I like and shit. So
I get it.
Back
on the sperm finding its way into a vagina. There is actually a trend going on TikTok, and it's not so. Majority of women are doing it because they're unable to conceive. So it's kind of like a Me Too movement for them. But there is a lot of like percentage of the women that are probably not, and they're just doing it either for the trend or because they're trying to entrap somebody.
Right. I knew that was coming.
So what they do is they get came in, or somebody comes in them.
Yeah. Get came in.
Get came in.
Okay.
That sounds like a whole nother phrase, actually.
Get came in sounds like you're talking about the Cayman Islands. But
or
go ahead.
or like a travel channel.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So somebody comes
Somebody ejaculates inside of them.
Perfect. You said it perfectly.
All right.
Dick and vagina ejaculation. Then they do a handstand on the wall and they sit there and they wait, like on a timer or something, because the gravity, quote unquote, it falls out. But I mean, you and I both know all of it doesn't fall out. All that extra shit falls out, but all of it doesn't fall out. So it's like now it's like they're really making sure that none of that shit comes out.
No waste, nothing.
Isn't that crazy though? That women are actually doing that. I mean, I understand for the women that aren't able to conceive. You know what I mean? So like, because that has to be pretty painful.
I mean,
but when it comes down to it, it's like
I'm just not sure that that's going to help. I don't know if that's going to help. I mean, if it helps you, like, by all means, I mean, headstand away, Don't Don't let
you
that
don't think?
come
Wait,
go to
wait, wait.
waste.
So you don't think that whole thing is like? You think that thing's like made up or
I
something?
think that's bullshit. Yeah.
You think that doesn't help at all?
No. I don't think that helps you. I
Right.
think that if you're gonna get pregnant, you're gonna get pregnant.
What if
'Cause-
what if the woman that had to do that is like fucking with the dude that has like a micro penis and he's just not able to shoot his shot far enough, and at this point like she has to like. She's not going to grab the turkey baster. So what she is going to do is she's going to
Well,
accept the load. She's going to accept the load, and then
Okay.
she's going to do the handstand.
I think the turkey baster would be a lot more accurate in helping her out.
Yeah, but she's not going to do that.
Why not?
What woman is just going to shove a turkey baster in her vagina?
I mean, I've heard of women shoving a lot of different things up their vagina.
yeah, but who's to say that the woman that is in this particular situation wants? I just said she didn't want a turkey baster in her, so now she's going to extend the micro penis by accepting the load.
Okay.
and why do I have to break this down for you, Aaron? And doing a handstand
Uh-huh.
and letting gravity take its course.
Okay. Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
You know what would be really crazy?
What?
If she like spit out the cum after
That's
she.
terrible. Hey, you know what's terrible? Like, I feel bad for the guy. Like, he's only doing his very best. And, like, we're sitting here criticizing his very best.
How bad would that look, bro, if you saw somebody do that?
Science has nailed the best sex position to help women achieve better orgasms. So, of course, this is all about the women. But let's just hear what the researchers have to say.
Okay.
So the researchers, this is from the New York Post, by the way. The researchers are at private gynecology clinic, New H Medical in New York, found that the tried and true method with the male on top of a woman whose hips are propped up by a pillow, also known as the missionary, is the best way to get blood flow to the clitoris and achieve orgasm. Now, they used an ultrasound scanner, the doctors, to measure blood on a test couple as they got it on in 5 positions for 10 minutes each. The cowgirl, the lotus, doggy style, a missionary with and without a pillow. Are you surprised? That missionary is the best way to get a girl's...
I don't think I'm surprised. I'm just kind of like surprised why they would do a sex study like that. Like what was the, and then what is the lotus? That's the question I have.
what is the lotus?
Do you know what the lotus is?
We're going to look it up right now. It says...
It's probably going to like pop up like with the Kama Sutra page.
Face to face and seated. That's what the lotus
And
is.
seated?
That's what it says. That's what it says.
Okay.
Let's look it up. Let's do a little deep dive into the lotus sex position.
Okay.
While face Okay. So it's like basically like you're sitting cross-legged.
Oh, let me see.
So you're like sitting cross-legged and the girl is sitting on top of
so
you.
she's riding you while you're crisscross applesauce.
Yes. That sounds very painful and like not anything that I would really enjoy.
That's the lotus? Oh, because it creates a flower.
Yeah, it creates a flow. That's lame.
Yeah, it was pretty emotional. I didn't like that.
But the ladies love it. You get to look face to face with your partner, and then
Get real intimate.
yeah, talk.
Well, I mean, writing's their favorite part, so.
You know what I've always noticed? Like just sometimes just a little shift of like one body part can make the difference in changing up like a whole position.
It's like working out.
Yeah, you put your leg up a certain different type of way. You're in a whole new position. You're hitting it from a different little angle. You're like, wow, never been in this part of Pussy Town before.
Right, you have to start writing your own notes to the Kama Sutra.
Exactly. Like, I put my leg up. That's half of my favorite positions. I don't even think they have names. They're just like, I got into a little spot.
A little groove.
And I just went to town. And I was like, wow, this is the bee's knees. Goodness
You did
gracious.
not say that.
No, I said, and boom goes the dynamite.
That's. What'd your lady friend say?
She's like, that wasn't fucking funny. You just ruined the fucking mood. And I was like, yeah. I told you that one day I was going to say that.
You should have looked at her and been like, nah, shorty, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Well, hey, at that point, it was whatever. Like, you don't want to have any. I'm good. I did what I came here to do. Speaking of ejaculating in things and not wanting to take care of it, have you heard? Have you heard about Roe versus Wade being overturned?
All right, bro. Back to the prom night dumpster babies.
Prom night dumpster baby. See, that's what we're trying to prevent is a prom night dumpster baby.
Right. That's why I said back to the discussion.
Exactly. So
I had to compose
Roe
myself.
versus Wade got overturned. I believe it got overturned. Either way, I know abortions are now like illegal.
Where
I
though?
think. Is it state by state or is it?
State by state.
Is it state by
Yeah,
state?
because some people are leaving to come here to do it, and vice versa.
Right. So if you live in like,
I don't know. I don't know what states.
I know it's Indiana for sure. I know for surety it's Indiana. Let's look that up. Actually.
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
So after Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade on June 24th, 2022, South Dakota banned abortions. The trigger law for the ban had been enacted in 2005. Under the new law, anyone who induces an abortion is guilty of a Class 6 felony with a maximum of 2 years imprisonment
Class
and
6.
$4,000 in fines.
Man, so I guess that line about, I brought you in this world, I can take you out, like,
That's
it's
real.
null and void, huh?
I'm trying to find
A list of, like, the states.
yeah,
This is Washington Post. So Texas, Alabama,
got you.
Louisiana, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Arizona, Utah, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Missouri, and they're likely to ban it in Iowa and in Indiana. So, yeah.
That's just crazy, man, because it's like it goes way past goes way past a lot of things, honestly. It goes way past rights of a person.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It goes way past the fact that what if there's some sort of
Medical.
yeah, that's what I was going to say, medical issues or medical reason, or if they've had kids previously and they know that their body can't take that and that's an issue.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? It's just like at this point when what are we worried about most? What are we worried about most? I mean, are we worried about that we're going to run out of resources eventually? Are we worried about the fact that, like, I feel like more people are more concerned about what's happening after this than what's happening right now. And I think that's really concerning. And I'm not, like, disgracing the fact that people have faith. And you can have faith, and if that gets you through the day and that helps you share your love, then that's awesome. But when it comes down to it, it's like, because I mean, when you name off these states, it seems like they're mostly like a higher religious like state. You know what I mean? So it's like now these laws are being changed by faith, and these laws are being changed in having an influence because it's in a religious way.
Yeah, and one thing I've heard too is that it's a ploy to, like, because people are not having as many babies as every generation has. This generation has had like.
Well, you know
why?
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 Because after COVID, everybody's so scared to bring somebody in here, and
Yeah.
I mean, all this shit is happening, bro. All these shootings, all this extra stuff. I mean, why would you want to raise a kid in an environment like this when things are so rough right now?
Absolutely. No, I understand.
And it's not like they've always not been rough, but I mean, they've been severely heightened because of COVID.
Absolutely. No, and I don't know. I think that you can have a personal feeling about something, but understand that you can't force that personal feeling on anybody else.
Right.
So whatever your personal feeling is about abortion, like, that's cool. But at the end of the day, there's no reason why the government should ever have any say in what someone does with their body at all. That's just not the government's, unless you are actively hurting someone, like another human being that is cognitive and has that cognitive reasoning, and you're just going out and hurting people. You should the government never has any right to say or say over what you do with your body, regardless of what that is. You know what I mean? So I just don't. That's where, like, my whole, because personally, like, if you feel like, okay, abortion is wrong, everybody should have a chance to live. Okay, personally, you can feel that. And if you want to teach that to your children, go right ahead. It's fucking fine. My issue is once you try to tell somebody else that that's what they're supposed to believe, because that's not your place. You don't have that place at all to tell anybody else what the fuck to do. So that's just how I feel about it.
No, I get that, bro. And it's just ridiculous because it's like we were just going over, dude. There could be a serious reason why this person is going in to get this procedure, and now it's just kind of, I don't know. I don't want to get too political about it, man. It's just wrong.
Absolutely.
It's wrong to the extent of like now. I mean, it's always been like this. Like political advisors have always been influenced by religious faith. I mean, it's always been like that because a lot of times the political advisors have a religious faith of their own, and you know what I mean. So for them to influence that to a population as a whole. And then, like, now you could be, 14 years old and get pregnant in one of these states and have to travel to go get a procedure done if you can even afford to do something like that is fucking disgusting. That they would even allow something like that to happen. It's just disgusting.
Absolutely. And it really, when I saw that happen, it really kind of made me lose even more faith in, our government. Not that I had a lot of faith in it to begin with, but just even more because it's like, This is freaking barbaric, dude. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, who goes out and just says, like, now after all these years of it being like it's whatever, you know what I mean? If that's what that's your choice, And it's like now that you're saying, oh no, like if you get pregnant, no matter what the circumstances is, like you gotta have the kid, Like, does the government pitching in money to take care of this kid? Like, governments though, when the kid's hungry, right. I gotta figure out a way to make sure the kid eats. When the kid needs clothes, I gotta figure out how to have the kid. When the kid needs an education, I gotta make sure that the kid gets back and forth to school and learns and shit. When the kid is being bad, I gotta go out there and discipline him. The government ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing. Yeah. And like even when they say, oh well, it's food stamps and shit like that, yeah, but the taxpayers pay for that shit regardless. Right. And a lot of times it's not even going to the people who really need it. And even if it is going to the people who really need it, again, as taxpayers, we all pay for that shit. So miss me with that, bro. The government is not sitting here taking care of nobody's kids. So how are you gonna tell me, oh yeah, now you have to have this kid? It's just bullshit, dude.
It's disgusting. And then I mean, even going into a further topic about how this is an extreme case of a double standard, because now how does that impact like the men as well? Mm-hmm. Like men had no say in something like this to begin with, and then the men that did have a say in it, it was a very small percentage. I mean, so it's like now at this point, there's completely no say. If you don't rubber up, then you are shit out of fucking luck, bro. You're SOL.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can a woman say, I want to give the child up for adoption?
Sure.
Why can't a man?
Because there is a child in the world and the mother's taking responsibility
for it. No, but let's say
there's
a child. Let me just stay with this for a second. There's a child born. Mm-hmm. The man impregnated the woman bore the child for 9 months, carried the child for 9 months. Now the child is born. The woman says, I don't want to pay for that child. I don't want to spend time with that child. I've got to get on with my college, with my life, or something else. I'm not ready to have a child. And so I'm giving it up for adoption. Is a woman allowed to say that?
Yes.
Even though there's a child in the world saying, I don't want responsibility.
Not be responsible.
If a woman can say, I don't want responsibility, is a man allowed to say, I don't want responsibility?
I think not if the woman is keeping responsibility for the child. Then I think the man has to have some responsibility, minimally.
Pardon me.
Why don't you wait till I'm finished?
Your sexism is showing.
Then I think
that shit was fucking hysterical, dude. No, bro, it was hysterical to the fact that dude was like, it's like, stay with us here for a second, okay? Just bear with us, all right? Before you say anything, like, shut the fuck up,
Right.
That was hilarious. No, he made some good points. And honestly, bro, if that lady thinks that we as men don't have say in something that we created together. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's a 2-part effort, and then declares that we have responsibility for it once it's there, are fucking idiots.
But that happens a lot.
Oh, it happens all the time.
It happens majority of the time, actually. I feel
Probably
like
90% of the time, and I'm pulling that percentage out of my ass.
Yeah, so
but I want you to know that that's probably I wish I could look something like that up.
No, that's interesting because it does happen a lot. And if a man says I'm not ready to be a father, he's a deadbeat.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
no doubt about
absolutely.
it. Oh, you're a deadbeat. You just want to take care of your kids.
Right. You just want to be a kid. You want to party and shit.
Exactly. And I feel like with the mom, it's like, and I don't know, maybe it's just because like in certain cultures you only see more majority of the time it's a single mom, it's a single mom, it's a single mom, you know? And shout out to all the single moms. My mom was a single mom and shit. So like, but
shout out to all the single dads too.
And I was just gonna say that. Shout out to all the single dads as well, because they don't get it celebrated as much. And it's like, that is a good question, because even I, and maybe even you, I don't know what specifically, but if you heard of some dude who had a kid and was like, oh yeah, I'm just not ready to be a dad, like I don't want to do this, blah blah blah, like I'm not gonna take care of it, I'm done, whatever, you're gonna think he's a deadbeat, wouldn't you? Off jump. Maybe when you meet him, you listen to the story.
No, I wouldn't think he's a deadbeat.
Or you wouldn't. Okay, you wouldn't look at him a little different though.
I'd look at him a little different, but I wouldn't think he's a deadbeat, because some people like have an issue with that, bro. They don't know how to internalize their emotions in a positive way and like reinforce them in actions. They don't know how to do that. So if they're just processing things by speaking it out loud, then that might be helping that person process what's going on. So I wouldn't like necessarily like judge that person. You know what I mean? Because like this person's obviously scared. You know what I mean? So, or that's the only reason why they're talking about it. Because I mean, as men, don't show like our feelings unless, you know, you're an acquired taste, then you might show your feelings consistently. But I mean, that's like a thing that like you and I both grew up as. Like that's like you have to be tough and have to have this exterior. So it's like I don't think that that would be the issue. I think that the issue would be is that if that person was still doing that after the fact that they had the kid. You know what I mean? And in this circumstance, was it a voluntary choice or not? You know what I mean? So it's like if this person is expressing that because it was like not an entrapment, but in a sense like, hey, you have no say, I'm keeping the kid. When the kid comes out, you're either paying child support or you're in this kid's life. You know what I mean? And that's it. There's no discussion about it. And this person was saying those things and saying like, I'm not ready. And like, this is like, it's like, okay, like I understand. You know what I mean? But if it was like a thing where it's like, okay, these people were fucking around for a long time. You know what I mean? Like this is a homie of yours and they were fucking around for a long time. And you know this man is stupid. You know what I mean? Like in the sense of like not cautious, not careful. And he starts saying stuff like that, like, then that's a different story. Then that's somebody that obviously doesn't want to take responsibility for what they've done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I feel that. I definitely feel that because, I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to have a kid. But, like, if somebody was to pop up and be like, you know, this is your kid, I'd be like, all right, you know, got to figure out how I'm going to, you know, take care of this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like.
Well, you get a paternity test first.
Oh, well, I mean, that's
right.
Off jump, of course. You have to. That's just smart. Fellas, even if that's your girlfriend, go get a paternity test.
You're funny as hell, bro. You're funny as fuck. Nah, bro, I don't think if it's like your girlfriend. I think if like, no. I think in rare cases and in common cases.
Go ahead.
Bottom line, if you have a daughter or a son and they look only like the mom, then you should probably get a paternity test. Or if you're white and they come out black, or any other kind of race.
Absolutely. You
any
know
other
what?
kind of race. You should
know
definitely
what?
get a paternity
Dead
test.
ass, you know what you should do, fathers? Just one day, you know, be like, hey, I'm going to let you rest today. I'm going to take the kid out, You still.
I don't
when
think
they're
they would
still
have to do
young.
all that. I think they would just have to get like a hair sample or something.
Oh well, then if you only need to do that, I thought you had to do that. You had to take the baby. they
Maybe
had to
not.
put- Oh well, if you don't, if you only got to do
You know how
is
advanced shit is nowadays?
Yo, if you only
you
gotta
could
do the
clip some hair and do a mouth swab and send it to like the what's it
Oh,
called, the
fellas.
heritage thing.
the next time you're around your baby by yourself, just do a little swab, get the information, send it in, just to make sure. Cause you rather know. Like if you sit there, you get the letter like, oh, okay, we're good.
Right.
She never knows.
Dude, I know somebody that I grew up with. I grew up with both these people. And obviously, I'm not going to drop names, but it's hilarious because they were on and off for a long period of time. For the amount of time that I've known them, doesn't mean I was necessarily talking to them, but I somehow heard about them through the grapevine because they were up there in the talked about chain, I guess. So it was brought up to my attention a couple times, and it's just super funny because I think they're going on kid 3 now. I know they have 2 already, and they might not be going on kid 3, but I know they have 2 for sure. And both of them look just like the mom.
That's funny.
And I laugh my ass off because I'm like, because of how rocky they were, like for that whole time with the baby and stuff. It's like, dude,
you
like
have
you
to.
know that
You gotta go
those
get a
are
little swab.
not your kids.
Those are not your
bro.
kids.
Like there's a big chance that those are not your kids.
I know.
And that's like the shittiest feeling in the world. And like I know that there's some people out
Damn.
there, and like, you know what? I'm not gonna shout you out per se because I'm not like, and this is a hard statement, but I'm not in agreement with you voluntarily, like, unless you're like absolutely in love with this person. If you're just doing it like just to sleep with this person or for shits and giggles, you know what I mean? Or you're not really thinking this through and you voluntarily take care of somebody else's kids. You know what I mean? Because you fuck up the kids that way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that like you voluntarily take care of someone else's kids. Like I'm not shouting you out, but I'm pointing that out right there that's
Don't
that's
do that.
that's an issue, dude.
That's definitely an issue.
That's seriously an issue. Not only for the kids, but I mean for you, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean, to be honest,
unless
with
you're
you,
in love with this person.
To be honest with you, I had that ended a relationship for me.
Okay.
One time I was with this shorty for a bit. She had she was a little older than me. She had a kid. He was like 3, 4.
Yeah.
Came in one day to the crib. She let me in. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like runs up to me and hugs my leg and says, "Daddy, daddy." And so, yeah, I was like, and then shorty was just laughing like, "Oh, haha, that's so cute."
Damn,
That's so
bro.
cute.
You know how to wrap yourself up, huh?
And it's just like, yeah, I'm cool on that one. And so then I told her, I was like, I don't think I can like come through when like your kid is uptight.
Right.
like,
That's crazy.
And then
That's a fucked up feeling.
she kind of got like offended, and she was like, well, I mean, I'm looking for somebody who would, want to take me and my son. You knew I had a son when we was together.
This is a package deal.
And I'm like, I'm not saying I didn't know you had a kid and whatever. It's cool. But like, yo, your kid can't be calling me dad, bro.
Yeah.
That's not cool. So
Right.
yeah. So then it ended. I was like, all right, cool. That's cool. I'm not cool with that. I'm not down with that. I'm not going to like act like I'm trying to be in this little nigga's life.
Right. Bottom line, though, it's fucked up that women could even think for a second that it's okay to make a man have full responsibility of their child or even a majority of responsibility for their child if it's an unwilling thing.
Truthfully, I don't even know if like if you have kids, right, and you start to date somebody, I don't think it's a good idea for your kid to meet that person until it's serious.
Right away.
Like it has to be like a super like, okay, I really feel like this is the one type shit. And then I'm gonna, maybe I've talked about them,
Right.
but like, yeah, just bringing people around my kid, like that's a little, I don't know, that's a little reckless for me.
Selfish.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
little selfish.
Like I was saying, it fucked the kids up.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially, and then like, what if y'all doing the nasty? The kid comes in, and wants a glass of water.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? So nah, it's definitely that's definitely a hard line to cross. But you do what you can, fellas. Wrap it up.
That's just so crazy though, dude. And it's funny too, cause like on the other end of the spectrum, like even if like the even if it was planned, and obviously both parties wanted the kid and they're together and they have a relationship, it's like the father's still always overlooked.
Yeah.
It's like that. This part of the picture had no part of the equation.
Yeah.
It's just so funny how it works out. Like
It's you can even see it in like media. Like if you remember like the Disney Channel shows and shit with the dad, and the dad is just a dumbass.
Always dumbass. Why are they always
dumbass.
stupid as fuck, dude?
Just like a fool, like such a dumbass. Like the mom feels like, oh, I have to leave a babysitter to keep all of you in check.
Yeah. Why?
It's like,
why would they portray men like that?
I don't know. Like, and I used to ask like,
because it's funny, but it's like when you really think about it, like what the fuck?
right? Like my dad wasn't like that. My dad wasn't a fucking idiot.
Right.
It's like, what? Like they would be idiots, bro. Just idiots. Like in every little sitcom, the dad was just a comic relief, and then of course the mom was like super strong and kept the family together, and like. The one time she would cry, when you would really, really fuck up, then everybody in the house would feel bad. The only time the dad was serious is if, like, you made the mom cry, because then he'd look at you like,
yeah, now he's not stupid anymore.
I'm very disappointed. It's like, this dude was an idiot for fucking
7 seasons.
Now the one time I made mom cry because I, failed out of a class, he's not happy and shit. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That's
dude.
so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
They were either that or either that or they were like a bad dad who was angry all the time, just yelled at you. It's like,
but always an issue.
Yeah, it was always an issue. It was never like portrayed in like, I don't remember like one just solid dad from any of the shows that I was watching back in the day. Can't remember like one.
A solid dad comes to mind. I think of Elon Musk's dad, and when the whole situation happened when he had sex with his daughter.
I don't think that's I don't think that's being very solid. I don't think solid would be the word to describe that one.
I'm just fucking around. Didn't he have kids with her though?
Did they get married? I believe.
I think so.
I think they got married. That's fucking weird.
I think so.
He married his stepdaughter.
Yeah, and had kids with her. I think so.
Oh, that is. You know what? This is what the rich and famous get up to when we're not looking. So.
I think it was like this girl was young too. I think she was like 8 or something, or like younger when they adopted her.
Yeah, she was really young.
Yeah, so that's like.
No, I think she was 4. If I remember correctly, I read somewhere she was 4 when they adopted her. It's ridiculous. Yeah, that's what the rich and famous get up to. What is the what is the Rothschilds?
The Rothschilds?
The Rothschilds,
Is that the royal?
No. They're like super rich though.
Okay.
And the Rothschilds.
Oh, like Aiden Roth?
No.
Oh, that's Ross.
Yeah, Aiden Ross. No. Rothschilds are like super duper, like they're rich to the point where like people don't even know like about them type shit. Like they're really, really, really rich, and like they're one of the richest families in like the US, like very, very up there. And they're like super mysterious and all this whatnot.
Oh,
and
like some Twilight shit?
No, more like they're probably part of the Illuminati type shit. More like that. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So there's this rapper named Jay Electronica. And he's an okay rapper, but whatever. He basically was like, one of the Rothschilds was married, and he basically fucked her and broke up her marriage.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and he's like this like super like Muslim rapper that like raps about like God all the time.
God or Allah?
Allah all the time. And yeah, no, it's pretty funny. And so then it's like, it comes out that you're like an alcoholic and you fucked a Rothschild and broke up her marriage.
People are fickle, man. They only it really comes down to like selfish desires. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's joked about and stuff like that, but people are only truly feeding off of their desires. You know what I mean? So it's like somebody could sit there and be like, oh, well, I did this for this person, or I did this for this person. And that could have been a genuine act, but what kind of repercussions did that have? Why did you do it? What were the motives? What made you made you feel that way?
Why'd you stick your dick in her, Jay? It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
And you're like Muslim too, so you're not even supposed to be fucking with no white women. So what is man's on?
Yeah, I don't know.
Tripping. All right, so our favorite Florida boy, Kodak Black, was arrested last week before last, something like that. Very recently, he was arrested. I think they pulled him over because his tint was too dark. It was that, or he might have been speeding. It was one of the two.
Was it his tint or his tint?
Anyway, Kodak got arrested. He was able to bail out. They found 30 prescription drugs on him. I think it was 30 prescription pills. I don't remember the exact pill. Percocets, I believe.
Okay.
I believe they were Percocets. They found 30 of them, and he bailed out. He had a show that night. He went to his show, then, of course, because he was gonna make that money he bailed out with. So he
had to make it back.
Yeah, so he went to the show. He did his show, and they had to drop the case because the man had been prescribed those for when he had gotten shot.
Damn.
So they had to give him back all his pills.
Damn.
And drop the case, obviously.
He's suing them.
Oh, he has to.
He has to sue them.
He has to. So because I was finna say,
Make an example.
It's like, damn it, Kodak, you just got out not too long ago.
Right, you're gonna go back in now.
But
But
I'm glad he's staying out.
He
He had this one song with P Diddy's son, "Can't Stop, Won't Stop."
Okay.
Very fire, very fire.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What pieces of shit.
Yeah, fuck the cops, dude.
Whoa. Some of this audience might not like that, ISO.
Oh, well, you know what they can do? Kiss my ass.
Yeah,
It's my show.
we're about at that point, right? We're about at that point.
Yeah, it's my show. If you don't like it, you kiss my ass.
Yeah, well, that's how the cookie crumbles nowadays. There's always going to be a hierarchy, and with that hierarchy comes not great responsibility, but lawlessness.
Absolutely.
And confusion and temptation. And, you got to be ready for all that legal criminal activity.
Absolutely.
Just have to be ready for it and not be surprised. You know what I mean? I mean, if you put power like that in somebody's hands, just about anybody's going to abuse it. So
yeah, I don't know of anybody who, if you said you're a cop, are you going to be, you're going to
you'll never know. You'll never know. It just happens.
You're going to go dirty. No doubt about it.
Talking about cops, though, and pieces of shit, you think Hunter Biden's vaccinated?
Oh,
you
absolutely not.
You think Unky Biden's son, Hunter, is vaccinated? You think he's got his card?
Maybe.
Think so?
I think so. Hopefully he does.
Well, New Wave says that
No?
Biden's got COVID again.
Yikes. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's but he's really old. Like, he's
You know what's really crazy?
What?
Is that you're saying that he's really old, but then when COVID first came out, they said that it targeted people that were elderly and people that had predisposing conditions.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
curious. He was on a, I don't know if you saw that, but it was on TikTok because this president's acquired taste. It was on TikTok, and he was like, "Oh yeah, don't worry about me. Got my vaccinations, got all my boosters. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me." And it was the fucking silliest shit that I've ever seen in my life. It was like, it reminded me of an old cartoon that my dad showed me that was one of the first television shows for children. And they also had some involvement with Crayola and stuff like that and crayons.
mm-hmm.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but this guy kind of dressed up like a clown, and it wasn't like a John Wayne Gacy thing. This guy was on there for a long time, and he got off because of old age, and it was his time. But yeah, dude, it gave me that kind of feel, that kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like Unky Grandpa Biden up there is just kind of like looking after all of us, asking the little kids to come sit on his lap.
I feel kind of bad for him because, I think that he's so old to the point where, he's not all there.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, like when he's going, like he's in these press conferences and stuff. Like he looks like he doesn't even know how he got there.
Well, he exposes his cue cards all the time.
But yeah, but like
He's a cue card
he
reader.
looks like he's just woke up from like a trance sometimes when he goes up on stage, because it's like, oh, there's people here. I'm the president? So like I just really feel bad for him. And like his son, did you see what happened with his son?
Yeah, there was aren't the feds like investigating him right now?
I don't know if the feds are investigating him, but like somebody hacked his iCloud and put it up on like social media, and he was like doing crack and having sex with the
he smokes
prostitute.
he smokes crack, heavy crack.
It's unfortunate.
Have you seen him though lately? We'll post a picture.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate, but it's but yeah, no, it's like it's just all bad for Biden right now, and I really don't know if he knows like really what's going on. Like he's just so like out of it. Like how like those.
Hold on real quick. Hey, buddy. Hey, man, you're on a dose of reality right now. I'm gonna give you a call in a little bit because I'm recording right now.
Oh, my bad, brother.
Nah, you're good, man. You got somebody you want to shout out?
Shout out to you, bro. Podcast is what's up, man.
Okay. I appreciate you. I'll give you a call in a little bit. All right.
All right, my brother.
All right, man. Peace out. All right, appreciate you. Peace out. But yeah, dude, buddy's lost as fuck all the time.
Yeah, just like those, how like in the cartoons, like when they like especially the adult cartoons, when they like take old people from the nursing home.
Yeah.
Like Homer's dad,
Yeah.
he's like,
Grandpa
where
Simpson.
are we?
Grandpa Simpson, Abe Simpson.
Is
that who's running our United States right now?
That's basically who's running the United. Like, you know what? They really gotta like lower that age, I think, to 30. And like allow for some younger people to go into office. Like there has to be
Well, you think that's going to be
shift.
a new thing, that it's going to shift in that direction?
No.
What is the qualifying age?
35.
35?
I believe.
Okay.
Or it might be 45.
So why are we electing officials that are in their 60s and 70s?
Because you have to kiss enough ass to get that to that place, and that takes a long time.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I definitely understand that.
I mean, you have to kiss a lot of ass.
But I mean, do we elect based off of wisdom or based off of promise?
We elect based off of, this is the person who kissed the most ass. Everybody, this is the guy you really need to vote for. Yeah. Oh, and nice speeches. I mean, if you can have a good speech while you're up there,
no,
you're getting into office. No doubt about it.
Well, thanks for smoking all the crack and fucking all the prostitutes so we don't have to, Hunter Biden.
Absolutely. Well, save a couple prostitutes for us.
Not us. All right.
Well, you know what? I think I want to close it out today.
No. I forgot the intro. I'm going to close it out real quick. I didn't even do an
whore.
introduction. You're a whore. Nice Ralph Lauren shirt. Where'd you get that from?
I don't even remember.
It's
I think
really
it might
nice.
have been Macy's.
It's really nice.
Thank you.
Distraction.
Thank you, buddy.
Everybody, thank you so much.
Everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to A Dose of Reality. We really appreciate every subscriber, everybody who watches, listens, likes. We're available everywhere. Amazon Music, Spotify, Stitcher, and anywhere else you can listen to podcasts, and obviously YouTube. You can find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat coming soon. Thanks so much. We really appreciate it. And tune in next time for your weekly dose.
Yeah, you sounded like a fucking robot, dude. No, stop it. You sounded like a robot. Don't disregard everything that ISO just said. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is the 20th episode. We have been going strong for about 5.5 months now. We really appreciate everybody and for taking the time to listen to our nonsense and for, just enjoying your weekly dose of reality. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And what the fuck are you laughing at, dude? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro. Keep your laughs to your goddamn self. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, shit.
Peace out.
Deuces.